We are underway, and this is the E123 race at Abingdon, and it was a seriously brutal encounter, and it was totally eye-opening. There's a couple of things that I can take away from this. One, I need a lot more ponies. You can see one guy's just nudged it off the front, and it's just a completely different experience to what I'm used to in the third cat race. You can see obviously that guy just nudged it off the front. Everyone's chilled, it's completely relaxed. In a third cat race, every man and his dog's chasing that down or trying to go with it. But in this, it was just like, 1 minute you're cruising along, next minute all hell breaks loose and everyone is just whacking it, and you're like, what is going on? So you go from feeling like you're about to go to the Tour de France because you're keeping up with the elites to absolutely eyes jumping out of their sockets thinking, what on earth have I let myself in for? But it wasn't too bad to start. Everyone rolls out. Obviously that first guy went off the front, but one thing that I'm going to have to learn is just having better positioning. Look, someone now on the left has just, jumped on half a lap. A few guys have started to ping it now and tried to bridge across to that guy that's gone his own, and this is when you really notice the difference. One thing I'm going to have to learn is better racecraft and positioning, and just making sure that I'm on a wheel straight away, because I'll be honest, I do not possess the power to go with these boys. When they put the hammer down, they put the hammer down, and there's just nowhere to hide. There was only like 17 people in this race, so when they do go, it gets strung out and you are not getting much of a benefit of the draft, because it is just absolute full ponies, and you're wondering why on earth I signed up for this race. But you're going to see in a minute the first mistake I make, and it was a massive mistake. So we're coming into the bottom corner now. Just round the corner, there's now 3 off the front that have bridged over to the original guy, and out of this corner, it is some serious power gets put down. So you can see here the initial nudge. This guy moves over because he's let a gap go, and now I stupidly decide to give it absolutely everything I have to bridge over to this little group. That there, I do not have any more power than that. If you said to me, go for a max sprint, that is probably it. So I've burnt my first match and I've jumped over to these guys. And like I said, when one of them nudges it on the front, like this guy does right now, you feel it. There is nowhere to hide. I'm the third wheel. He's trying to shut it down. And I'm thinking to myself, I've just given it ponies back there. I haven't got a lot more to give. When the next guy peels off in a second, it's my turn on the front, and I do not possess the power to be up here. So you'll just see here, he moves over in a second, look, little elbow flick, and I'm thinking, I do not want to be up here, but I also need to feel like I am part of this race. You can just see, if you look in the distance, the 3 or 4 that are off the front, and I'm giving it a good old nudge here, and I'm thinking, I've got to move over here, get out the way, and get on a wheel, because in all honesty, when riders started to come past me here, I thought, with 4 just coming up to 5 minutes in, I thought, this is curtains for me. I'm going to get dropped first 5 minutes. Look, I'm not even on a wheel. This guy here, I tried to jump on his. He has a massive blowout. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm not on a wheel. I'm practically giving it everything I've got. I think this is totally game over here. Look at the pace they come past me at. And I'm not even I just physically cannot get on the wheel quick enough, because they're coming past me at such a speed. I'm like, what is going on? Someone just let me jump on a wheel. Look, I'm doing over 400 watts. I think there was a section in this race where I'd done like 400 watts for over 3 minutes. And that's probably close to like my PB for that. But look here, I'm still not on a wheel. Thankfully, this guy here comes round, and then I jump on their wheel, but you can see gaps have opened already. We're like 6 minutes in. There is gaps everywhere. Like I was saying, when they give it the berries on the front, it gets strung out, gaps get opened. You can see this guy's started to fade, so the guy in orange has jumped round, and I'm like, I've got to get on that wheel straight away. And in all honesty, if number 2 in the orange jersey doesn't shut it down, I don't think I'm capable of shutting it down. Heart rate's already above 180, but if you just look round, you can see the pace has eased and he's managed to claw us back on. But oh my God, what on earth was that? But then straight away, You come down to the bottom corner, every time it just kicks out of there. The power required from third to E12, I don't want to scare anyone off, but it is a big jump up. These boys, when they hit it, they hit it. And look, you'll see here, this is the difference. It just eases off, and then bang, everyone just starts whacking it over on the right. And I'm like, I've got to go with it, And this is what I need to get better at. Look at that power I'm having to put out just to get up to their speed and jump on the wheel. It's honestly, it's soul destroying. In the third cat, I was saying to someone after, I was like, in the third cat, you feel like a bit of a champion when you're like trying to get in breaks and stuff like that. In this, it is pure survival for me. I can't even lie. Look, the pace eases and then the next one goes. And these attacks are just full ponies each time. Like, I felt like this was way above my pay grade. Look, they let it go, but then when they decide to shut it down, it is full gas. And you can see here, I'm just not quick enough, reacting quick enough to get on a wheel. In the third cat race, you can get away with that. In this E12 race, with the power I currently have, I just cannot let the wheel go. I have to be on it. As soon as they attack, I've got to be on it. If I'm not, I'm in Strugsville. I'm not going to lie. I am struggling because I don't move particularly fast on the flats. Maybe if it was a hilly course, I'd have a bit of a better chance. But you can see just the power in the wheels because there's just nowhere to hide. And you can see a little gap gets opened here and I'm back in a headwind. And this is what I was saying with, I need to learn better racecraft. I need to, at points like this where I'm on the front doing over my threshold, I just shouldn't be there. It's not that I don't want to try and shut down gaps and stuff. It's that I'm just not capable. When they come past me, look at that guy. He's just breezed over there. I cannot do that. I am at my FTP. This guy goes over and look how fast they come past you. Look in the rear view camera. Guy after guy after guy starts going past you. And I'm like, holy cow, this could be curtains again for me. And we're what? 12 minutes in. It is relentless. That what they're trying to do, they're trying to break up the race and they're trying to just break up the field completely, getting a break. And that is what is different about a lot of the third cat races I've been in. A lot of it gets shut down because I think we just don't know how to ride in a break. But you can see here, I've got on Thames Velo wheel and I've thought he's probably not moving fast enough here. So thankfully this guy in orange has jumped over. But look at the gaps that open up. And when these boys get in a break, they really know how to start rolling through. And if you let that gap go and can't get on that move straight away, it's game over. But you'll see here, the next move goes, I've jumped forward. We're about 15 minutes in now. And this is where it goes to absolute horrors for me. You can see the power I'm putting out, and this is on the wheels. You can see them guys are absolutely nuking it. They are full gas going off the front, and everyone's trying to bridge over to this now. They know that this could be a dangerous move because attacks have been going, and I'm not going to lie, at this point right here, I'm thinking I'm a shell of a man. I have nothing left. My legs feel like they have got nothing left to give. And I'm going around and I'm thinking to myself, take me back to Cat 3. But in all honesty, if I want to compete with these boys, I need to get used to this. If I want to go into second cat, I need to get used to this power. But you can see, if you just look round, gaps are opening now. So I've jumped on a little bit. There, it is strung out. Gaps are opening. We're 16 minutes in. And Tom from Thames Velo in front of me here has flicked the elbow. And I can only apologise. There was just no way I could even come round him. I had nothing to give. But look at that gap that's opened. I've left the poor bloke out there to die. And honestly, I feel sorry. I feel bad for doing this. But there was just, I'm thinking about it here. And I keep thinking, and I think he's thinking, someone just come round me. But in all honesty, I looked at the gap and I thought, there's nothing I can do here. Look, he's flicked the elbow again. And again, I've absolutely left him out there to die. And if you look over on the right here, some guys have tried to bridge over. I thought about it, but I wasn't quick enough to get on the wheel. So I've come through, I've pulled my turn, but that was absolutely game over for us. So we were in this group of 4 now off the back. The main group had got away, and Tom from Thames Velo was doing some absolutely mammoth turns, I'm not going to lie. But we got in this little chain and he was really confident. He was like, we can pull this back. They will ease in a second. I was like, nah, this is signed, sealed, delivered. We are out the back, mate. And then, so I've jumped forward about 25 minutes in. Just see the lady on the left. She had now been lapped and she jumped on, so we'd now come up to a group of 5. It was game over. The main bunch had completely gone, and I mean, I was trying my best to pull through in this, but this was hard. This was like a chain gang. So we stayed in this group of 5. I've jumped on now. We are on the last lap. What I didn't realise is in that front group, there was only 9 people. So we were actually racing for 1 point for 10th. I didn't know that. So we're coming down the back straight here, and I'm thinking I'm in a terrible position because I'm going to lead this in to the bottom corner. As soon as the number 12 flicks his elbow and peels off, it's my turn on the front. And I don't know why, I stupidly thought, as we had been riding so well together, I sort of thought we were just going to keep rolling turns all the way to the finish. How wrong was I? So I've come through, I've pulled my turn, and this is above my threshold. So I'm pushing as hard as I've got right now. I've got nothing more to give, I'm not going to lie. And if you watch the rear camera in a second, I don't think anyone wanted to pull through, and I'm not surprised because Tom that's on my wheel now had done some absolute mammoth turns. But if you watch in the rear view camera, just here, the lady that we picked up absolutely does a brutal attack on me. So I've just finished my turn. And if you look here on the left, she's attacked. The 2 guys here have jumped over, and I just haven't reacted quick enough. And that was it. That was game over for me. 1, I couldn't react fast enough. And 2, I didn't have the legs. That was absolutely savage. So they battled it out for 10th. I rolled through nice and chilled. I think I come like 13th, 14th, whatever it is. But what a killer experience. And that is a wrap. I have definitely got some work to do. 1, on my power on the flats, and 2, just on my racecraft, not letting wheels go and being better at just maybe sitting a bit further back. I've got used to being able to sort of move up in the pack in the third cats and jump over to attacks and stuff like that. And this was a good lesson for me to realise that jumping up to the E12, I just don't possess that power just yet. But if I want to get my second category licence, these are the guys and girls that I'm going to be racing against, and they are strong. So I've got some work to do, but it's really motivated me. We only were in there like 20 minutes, but just honestly, the power you had to put out to go with them moves, just absolutely nowhere to hide. It was just eye-opening, but a really good experience. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Definitely some work to do, but I feel like I can definitely close that gap and hang with them boys. So fingers crossed, some more training and I'll be there or thereabouts, but I'll catch you in the next video.